Hello and welcome back to the Blitzkrieg battle. It's the grand finals, best of three between Penta and the Bang. I'm Vince, joined by Dust, who is currently using the bathroom. He's had to dart away. But we are going to be getting straight into this on Liberation. Penta on the Allies and the Bang on the Axis. Now, by all accounts, Aerox has been replaced or left the team, and DLTR, that's actually hard for me to say, has replaced him. I always get mad triggered when people have letters as names. But as I've been waffling on, Replant actually is the last player alive against 4 of the Bang. Now, he was an absolute monster earlier on. You probably saw the clip of him effectively winning the round for his team when they played against the Cats earlier on. Replant has just got himself a knife kill onto J Money, who was a ridiculous player last week. So definitely one to watch out for. But Replan now making a move into triple. Nice jumping. Goes back out again. I think what he wanted to do was jump on that wall to his left-hand side, but he actually fell off instead. That is going to hurt his movement here. 35 seconds left. He doesn't have the bomb as of yet. Has spotted Fancy, but now you're expecting to see the broken wall player of DLTR come out and pinch him, but he's not going to be able to do so because Flashy is there instead. And we'll close up that first round nicely. So good start in the best of 3. I think most people will expect Penta to win this one, but I wouldn't write off the Bang just yet. So let's have a look at the kind of weaponry that's going to be used here. 2 MP40s with a sniper rifle. DLTR is going to have himself a mosey down mid. Again, every time I cast this map, I always am reminded of Burgundy. The fact that you have the very quick sniper rifle battles and duels that kick off down the middle of the map. Fancy going to be close. Push through the arches, waiting for a player to push. And you should be careful what you wish for, because Puck is able to get himself 2 kills with a Thompson. Leaping in midair. He shuts them both down. Fancy and DLTR. All that remain. Nades are starting to come through. Not going to be enough to deter the bomb plant, though. Pucket's now going to take the initiative and look to push on upper. Nobody is there. DLTR still towards the spawn, and Flashy is making a move around the back of Penta. But Froster is 1 step ahead. He expects this flank to come to fruition. He's in a very good position to hold this off. And he's going to get checked, to be fair. Flashy has bested him. 23 seconds, though. They're going to have to get a move on. Iger on the site. He's doing so much work, even though he hasn't got kills. Every second that goes by is an extra chance in which Penta could clutch this one out. Puckis can play the time. He knows 7.5 seconds to defuse. He's faked it out with a shoulder peek, and now he can go all in. Doesn't matter if he dies, but he's going to be able to take the kill, pick up the cards as well. A nice juicy bonus on top of that round win. So the winning ways have come to an abrupt end for the Bang.
I am back, Vince.
Hey, what's up, Dust? So, I've just been told in my chat that it's Deleter, which is going to be way easier for us to say than DLTR.
Oh yeah, Deleter. So, Deleter makes a lot of sense.
There you go.
It does.
I apologize.
All good. Sorry I wasn't present for the first round. Nature sometimes calls, Vince.
It happens, mate. It's been a long day, so you're forgiven.
Yeah. Anyway, so Penta tying things up here from the Allied side, now looking to maybe take things back over towards B here. All 5 players around, and Replan's already found that opening kill. There's a lot of damage that went out from a nade, though. I think Cinda died, and Froster and Replan got taken down very low, but they'll be able to slow down and regen into the 4-on-4. J Money watching B from top alone. The leader in middle. Saints beginning to rotate towards B as well, as Flashy has pushed triple house and gotten some intel on mid and market.
Puckis again, straight through the rest of his team. Similar to the last round, except there's been less casualties on both sides. This time, last time, was a case of the Axis really struggling, but J Money and Delete have both come through with kills. Delete is going to be on the prowl for more, peeking around the corner. Does nearly tag Froster, but that's not going to be enough to get rid of him. The issue now, though, for the Allies is they only have 2 players left. They are doubled in terms of Axis manpower. It's going to be a whiff, though, from Froster, and it's going to cost him his life. Flashy around the backside. He's going to pick up the last kill. And that will be the round going the way of the Bang once more.
Yeah, that Froster is learning more and more about that hip fire on the bar as not being necessarily something you can rely on in that close range situation. I have to say I like Penta's execute overall, though. Like, you're seeing those set smokes on top B and Arch, which is very reminiscent of what Ocelots was doing on this map when we were watching them play in the show match a couple of days ago, as well as in the first Blitzkrieg battle. So kind of taking a note out of their book, I guess you could say, but just really good retaking effort there from the boys over at the Bang. As their roster looks a little bit different. I don't remember the leader playing for them last time I commentated the Bang.
He's replaced Aerox.
Oh, poor Aerox.
But I don't know if Eric's left or if he was replaced. But basically, yeah, he's the sub. He's
okay.
In. The rest of the team is the same as far as I'm aware.
Yeah, it does seem that way, doesn't it? Definitely remember J Money and Saint quite well. We're going to be seeing Penta already playing a man down as they're trying to get control of the middle. Puck is actually pushed all the way up to tank, but Saints kind of bypass that, just pushing Market. The leader, though, is in double house with the scope, so could find out Puckus any moment now. If Puckus backs up a little bit too much, it will be shown, so the scope of the leader can go to work. As of now, it's just kind of a holding pattern for Penta.
Well, that holding pattern is starting to be punctured through because Puckus is down, and with him, mid-control has fallen. And we discussed before how important mid-control was for Axis, especially against aggressive teams. And as a result, that's going to be the kill going down. I have no idea what the hell that was. It sounds like someone being murdered. God. Please tell me I'm not the only person that heard that. Anyway, Froster, it's the last alive.
Just listen, my dog wanted to commentate, okay?
I literally thought you'd just been murdered live on cast. It sounded like a muffled scream of someone being killed.
That was definitely my dog who apparently wants his shot at battalion commentary in his own right.
That's fair enough.
Did it sync up nicely with anything, or was it just...
It just freaked me out, to be honest. I wasn't sure what to think. I was like, I know I'm tired, we've been casting a long time, but my brain hasn't gone that dead.
He always barks when someone first comes in the apartment. I think my girlfriend just got home, so he was letting me know. Could have been an intruder vent, so it could have been for the best that he was barking. Luckily, it's not the case this time.
Mate, I love dogs, so all power. What's your dog's name?
His name's Roku.
Roku, there you go.
After the Roku. Avatar Roku, if anyone knows that TV series.
Is that anime?
Yeah,
Just get out of here. I'm done. I can't work in these conditions.
Avatar: The Last Airbender, dog.
Anime?
Get out of here.
Yeah, please.
Get out. Don't hate. He's adorable, though. The black lab border collie mix, he's amazing. I had some pictures on my Twitter. Shameless promotion, of course.
Somehow manages to make a Sound of Murder into Twitter promo. Only dust.
Buy my merch. I could go that route. Anyway, Penta going the route of this B-bomb site again. Those same set smokes we've seen them use time and time again. This time it's a little bit more successful as they do keep it even 4-on-4. So I haven't planted the bomb just yet, but they're starting to push out top B, starting to get a little bit more space to work with. J Money, though, holding them off with that Car 98. Penta can't plant. They can't really secure this site now.
Indeed. It's looking good for the Bang. They do have Replant still alive, though. And when he's alive, you feel like anything's possible. Delete has had a stormer of a start, though. He's 8-1.
Yeah. Another name to add to the list of scopes to keep an eye on, maybe.
But Replant, one of the scopes, he's gone. So now it's all on the man Froster. He hasn't had necessarily the greatest of starts, but he's going to be peering around the corner, and he will get a kill. Sure, he's dropped low, but he's going to have more than enough time to regen all that health. Delita hasn't really budged an inch. He's still over on the B side of the map, so Froster should be able to get this plant down and then look to try and defend against the oncoming Delita, who's already started to make inroads. He's rushing straight into triple. He's going to look for this kill as soon as the bomb's planted, and he may very well get it. Oh, how's Froster managed to get there?
The timing, dude, it's so tight of a window of timing there.
And now Froster, at this kind of a range, you have to fancy that he could pull this off. Because Delita's effectively going to have one crack at it, and if he misses, the STG should punish him. He's going to be slowly peeking around the corner. This would be a ridiculous shot to land, but Froster's crosshair is perfectly placed. And they've done it. They've got the clutch.
Well done by Froster. They've, time and time again, like we said, got those set smokes down at B, got kind of settled in. They were actually trying to do attack top B that time, which is actually a good play on B on this map, because it means that you're not stuck just inside the site trying to hold post plant. You're getting space. You're taking away one of the points of entry that a retaking team can look to use. But J Money just teed off with that Car 98. 2 big kills, really slowed down the B attack. Froster forced to make some individual plays. Actually wins out the 1v2 and puts another round on the board for Penta, who have looked really good this tournament. Obviously taking out Albino Cats was no small feat, especially after we saw what Albino Cats did to Article 51 and how long that match played out. So Penta's definitely been impressive, but J Money trying to show that he's around as well. Gets another kill into this one. Been very hot this game alongside the leader.
Yeah, I'm not quite sure on what the best of 3 maps actually are. I'd assume it's all of them apart from
Loser
Manor
picks
House.
after this.
Oh, right, that's correct. I wouldn't expect to see Manor House, though. I mean, maybe the Bang go for it just to try and catch Penta off guard if they feel like they're outclassed, but I still feel like you play to your own strengths, not your opponent's weaknesses. And even then, would they even know that Penta are weak on Manor House? I don't think there's enough data out there to prove that.
Yeah. No. Penta down into a 3 versus 4. Saint holding out inside Triple House. He's the one guy that's kind of keeping tabs on everything by what he's hearing. The leader also from Double House has that scope. Could be listening to stuff. Saint gets pushed in on through the window, though, by Cinda. That's a great kill for the Finn. That'll start opening up that A-bomb site just a little bit more. Flashy and the leader now have to make that rotation. Flashy, though, great pick onto Iga.
Looking for more as well. Flashy is able to just calm himself down a little bit. Wait for Fancy to push him from the other side. Remaining Penta players are on the site as it stands, but Flashy's gone down to the hands of Cinder. He's on the prowl for more, but he's not required to strike again. Froster has his back. 3 apiece. It's looking like this could be another close one.
I think it's just big from Cinder to be able to jump through the window, get that kill on Saint holding in Triple House. It really opened up a way into the A-bomb site. Also, people in chat saying Avatar's not anime. It's definitely American anime. Get out of here.
Is this my life that I'm listening to an argument about if it's anime or not? Get me out of this place.
I'm done. I'll leave it alone. Meanwhile, J Money not leaving Puckus alone. Puts that nade right onto him. Takes him out. That's an instant 5-on-4 here for the Axis side in a tied game. Trying to get that edge. Saint and Flashy have pushed through market, by the way, so they're already on the flank of B main. But Cinda trying to fight through all of the containment, and he does take one down. It's back to a 4-on-4.
Looking into upper. He's going to spot one player. There's actually going to be 2 there, though, and this could bait Cinda into a false position. It's actually fortunate for him that he didn't get that kill, I would say, overall. At least didn't do more damage and go in for it. But it's going to be Fancy and J Money. Both connecting frags, and J Money's came through with another one. Replan must be scratching his head like, boys, how the hell did this go down into 1-on-3? We were in prime position to take this round, start to take the lead. And now he's going to be coming around the corner. He's going to have Fancy behind the box. He probably won't check this, or at least not at the right angle. And Fancy will claim the kill. I have no idea how the Axis won that round.
And it started off in the right area for them, but it was a really good recovery from Penta, particularly just them being able to push up close on top B, get kind of that space, start really controlling B, but then it just all kind of crumbles. And the Bang are certainly living up to their name right now, taking the lead out against Penta again, keeping them from securing it for themselves. They are going to move into round number 8. Penta playing a little bit more spread out this time around. Puck is trying to push his way into market, maybe create an opening, but the leader's the one who is, well, basically doing the deleting with that MP40. He's found 2, Flashy in as well. It's not looking good for Penta in this round.
And he wants more. He hasn't been sated by the kills, by the blood that he has spilled, and will end up being a step too far. Puckis and Replant, the only Penta players that remain. Replan's going to try and make a move around long A. He may very well find Flashy, though. Well, the Flashy's also pushing through long A house, so this could be an issue. If he gets around the back of Replan, this round's over. Not far off from the flick from Saint. And there we go. Replan has been bested by Flashy, and with it, the round surely follows. Puckis has a Thompson. He is close range, but Saint is going to be able to take the first kill. Oh, no, he's not. Puckis comes through with 2 kills. And now suddenly this round is back up for debate. It's open again, especially if he pushes into triple, gets this kill, but not quite. Nice position by Flashy, who I've just realized has a Nidalee avatar. I'm out of here.
Oh, what avatar?
Why has he got a Nidalee avatar?
Oh, what avatar? Who is that?
It's a League of Legends character.
Oh.
Why is that a thing?
Not sure.
Bruh.
I still think that the winner of today's Avatar game must go to the French baboons with the pigeons.
Yeah, the pigeons. Yeah, definitely. Agreed.
Definitely, well done.
Also, why does everyone have like a gold Penta avatar, then Puckins is a silver one? Come on, dude.
I don't know.
Where's the symmetry?
Not sure.
That's actually triggering me now that I've noticed it. I can't unsee
Actually,
that.
I have 3 question marks in the blue and gold, so I'm even worse off than you. You see Penta making a lot more headway this time around into B. Initially, they're trading quite well. They have a 4-on-3 at this point. Fancy stuck behind a smoke, receiving some nade damage, trying not to get spammed, trying to buy time for Flashy and the leader to get into better positions. Oh, he catches Cinda, though, trying to sneak up top. That's a really big catch for Fancy, but unfortunately, he gets traded out right away.
2v2. We've been here before, Dust. This is old ground. Flashy, though, round the backside. And he's looking to get a kill and put this round to rest. And he's got it. It's on to Froster. And surely that is the moment that secures this round. Replan will be able to relocate to the back on upper of B, but he doesn't have a real chance at planting anytime soon. He does have control of the bomb at the very least. But 25 seconds, and it looks like he wants to just go A. He's not messing around with faking. He's not messing around with trying to fake out either of these plays. He's just going straight to the A site. They would have heard the footsteps, though. Guaranteed. The leader and Flashy now move in. Now the fake comes in. 10 seconds left, and it's going to cost him his life. But, I mean, it's not as if Replan had a bunch of options.
Yeah, I didn't really have a whole lot to do with that much time on the clock. Really well done there on the defensive side by the bank. Particularly, I got to give a lot of credit to Fancy, just staying alive, getting a kill, buying time, limiting the options, allowing the leader and company to make that rotation over. So just really well played, especially since Penta initially were getting some good entries on the B bomb site. I feel like that's been the story of this half, hasn't it, Vince? Like they have some initial success getting some control of a site, maybe getting a couple of picks, but for whatever reason, things start to fall apart in the mid round and into the late round. And somehow, some way, the Bang always seems to find a way to make a play to kind of steal it away from Penta.
Yeah, it seems like some really solid shot calling on the side of the Bang, knowing when to push and when to hold position. Seen Flashy a bunch of times rotate around the back of them. This is something, by the way, that Penta, when they're on axis, and we saw this earlier, they will be very aggressive with Puckis in particular. He'll push up mid and try and get round the back of the arches.
Apparently, Drunks wants to give us a thank you for appreciating their pigeon avatars. Appreciate you, Drunk, for competing.
Mate, and to be fair, those pigeon avatars were sick. Like, legit, they were pretty awesome.
Except one of the guys was lazy and just did a reverse of the other guys. But everyone else was... Yeah. Okay.
Delete that.
I'll give it a 9 out of 10 because of that one little detail. Could have been 10 out of 10, though.
Dust, so harsh.
That's a 9 out of 10. That's really good. You know what else is really good?
Cinder.
The fact that Cinder got control of this area of the map.
Yep. He could go down, though. Oh, he's just about going to survive. A 1 health. The 1 HP dream is alive and well. As will be his health shortly if he allows it to regen a bit more, but Flashy and Fancy say no. Gewehr to the face. Point blank range is going to leave a mark and create a bit of a mess. Fancy going to toss the grenade over towards the site and gets the kill to Froster as well. What a passage of play for Fancy. And also the Bang. Saint's going to try and spray through onto the site, and he gets 2 of his own. And again, Cinder gets the first kill. It's looking good. Everything collapses.
Yeah, the difference here is he's not getting control of a site, but he got control of Double House. And that's still, like, really good. You're able to pick up on basically any rotation that gets made from that one building, but just couldn't stay alive long enough to have much more of an impact past that entry. And then, again, it's just really good rotating from the Bang. Like, they've really been on point. Particularly, I like the way that Fancy is always able to kind of buy time, even if he's not a top fragger. Like, he has impact and he buys time for his other teammates to shine. Which in that particular round, it was Saint actually, one of the guys that's maybe struggled a bit more than the rest of the team, actually lines up a couple of STD shots through the archway. And with 2 rounds left to play in the half, it's looking so good. And J Money keeps the good times rolling. That's going to be the double kill with the MP40. Again, this time they're the ones taking the initial damage, and J Money just keeps it going. That's another.
J Money's a god, 14 and 6. I mean, he was one of their standout players last week as well, to be fair.
With that very weapon. He's on for the ace right now, by the way. He's got 4 kills, looking for Froster to see if he can finish it off.
Fortunate that Froster was shooting through the window of the car, otherwise I feel like that could have been a kill. It really hurts the damage output, but Saint is going to deny the ace. Not that it really matters overall. 8 rounds and counting. This is looking like a great Axis start.
It's kind of crazy how this is played out, right? So you see Albino Cats win a really close one against Article 1. You're like, oh, I'm feeling really good about the Albino Cats. They looked really good in that game. Penta thrashes them on derail, basically. It's a very one-sided game. You're like, oh, crap, Penta took out Albino Cats like that? Okay, Penta. And now we're moving over to this game where we're talking about how the Bang kind of had an easier ride through the bracket. No fault of their own, of course. It's still the way it shook down. And now all of a sudden here on Liberation, I mean, they're giving Penta the business right now. This is a very one-sided game.
Yeah, Cheeks being busted left, right, and center, and J Money is going to go one better onto Cinder. Bouncing the smoke onto Long, just trying to buy himself up enough time to regen and also relocate, but he's not going to be allowed to do that. Froster lays him down with a shotgun. But again, you've got to say that the Axis have started well. A player up, mid control is theirs. They've got a player in triple, but that's a beautiful shot by Replan. Fancy not knowing what hit him, partially through the wall and upper. So close to hitting Deleter as well through the smoke. That was literally a millimeter off connecting.
And we've been waiting to call Replan's name in this game. He was so good on that derailed match against Albino Cats. He was really impressive earlier today as well when we casted the Pentas, one of their first games. Finally getting something going in this round for his team, getting a pick that leads them into a B execute. They get the plant. They have the man advantage. They need to be locking up this round. They should not be allowing Deleter and company to take this one away from them.
This is a must-win round, definitely. 8-4, I think, gives them a glimmer of hope on their Axis side. They were so dominant on Axis earlier as well, so I wouldn't put them out of this just yet. But this is a must-win. Flashy, MP40, mid-air, connects one, not a second. The shotgun's too strong on that range. And there's another one onto the Deleter. So 8-4 will be the halftime scoreline, but the Bang have looked very solid indeed.
They really have. I think it's great, though, for Penta to kind of get that last round before the half switches. Certainly a map where I feel like Axis has a good time on, so maybe 4 is enough. We'll have to see. See what our opening round is going to look like here. Certainly going to be expecting some Replan sniping if we had to take a guess at things. But actually, Replan's playing default class this round. But what do they have in mind?
Very, very surprising to me. I think the idea was to smoke up mid and try and play hell with the potential B push, but they've lost Puckis right off the bat. So any plan at making plays work with the default class has been shut down before it's been able to get into any kind of effect.
To be fair, everyone on the Bang that's left is also using the carbine, so they themselves are looking to be... I wonder if they're going to do kind of a similar thing to Ocelots, like the same set smokes and set nades that Ocelots are running on this map. I feel like that really kind of caught fire on social media. A lot of people were interested in it, and I think they did like a video on it or talked about it. So, you're not doing much when that happens. What a nade.
Now we're going to see those carbines. How can they work against a superior weaponry? Cinder with a second. And he may not be done just yet. Yeah, the smoke has left a gap that Cinder can exploit, but the nade maybe forces him out. Beautiful shot by J Money. Flashy chiming in with an assist as well. And J Money may not be done just yet. He's doing a lot of damage behind him. 30 seconds though, and now the shotgun's moved into position. At this point, you cannot disrespect Froster, because he will put you down, or will he? Flashy comes through with another one. Somehow, some way, they've worked this into a 2-on-2. Flashy has to wait to regen though. They don't really know where Agi currently is. He was last seen behind him on arches. But now he's going to look to push. Replan's not really helping him out. It's not going to stop the bomb from being planted either. Now Ager's going to push himself through. There's one. Looking for a second. Lands it. But I've got to say, considering how good Penta's position was, that was way too close for comfort at the end.
Yeah, I mean, they definitely shut down that execute, right? I mean, it looked like you could see that the Bang were setting up for a bunch of nades at long B. A nade comes in from Penta, gets a kill, or maybe eliminates one of the smoke grenades they would have had to actually throw onto the site to make an even more fine-tuned execute. But lo and behold, Penta still pull it through. Really thanks to Iga kind of being able to control long B himself, kind of stick around. Be able to get those final 2 kills and what was essentially a 2-on-2 situation. So that does close the gap just a bit more. It's 5-8 Penta. Trying to see if they can't make this comeback effort a reality. Feel like you got to get that scope and replay in his hands right away, though. He's able to dictate the pace of the game so well when he has it. At least that's what we've seen so far throughout this tournament. Looks like he will have it this time around for Penta.
Yeah, can they get it to work, though? Ooh, not far off. Replant peeking against the leader. Neither sniper landed the mark. Flashy round B long is going to try and spray with that Garand. Just forcing... I think it was Froster out of position, who's now gone to the back of the angle.
And kind of a default right now from the Bang. I mean, they do have 3 people outside B, but the leader's still patrolling middle. Fancy's kind of watching long A, making sure there's no aggression, and there certainly is going to be. Iga's definitely pushing through, so Iga and Fancy will clash here shortly. It's a big battle, and Fancy does win it. That's going to help out the Allies really well. Alleviates a lot of pressure of a potential flank. Even leaves A open, forces replaying to respect the fact A could be a target. They've forced a lot of rotating and done a lot of pressure, but Froster trying to bring it back with this shotgun. He's a little too far away that time, though. Gets killed by Flashy. He's open.
Yeah, I don't think he was expecting 2 players to be stacked on B long. He wanted to just go for broke replan. Nearly gets decapitated as he looks to push towards the B arch. Garand's shot was not far off hitting him in the head. Got knocked down to 30. Is now very much healthy again. Cinder and replan, the Finnish duo. They've been playing together for an incredibly long period of time, way back in COD 4 days. I'm going to be looking to see if they can get that tag team into effect. They're going to have a close player to their right-hand side, which is J Money. He's been put down with authority. 20 seconds, though. If Cinder wants to clutch this, it's going to have to be right here, right now. He's had a couple of opportunities that Saint's given him, but he's also, in the meanwhile, Saint just wasting time. Cinder hasn't pushed down to the site. The Saint played that perfectly, and that'll be another round to the bag.
Indeed, it is, and going to be going over to the way of the Bang. Did really well there. Got to give a lot of credit to Fancy picking up on Iga's push at long. That really forced some rotations out of Penta. Really alleviated pressure. Good entries onto the B-bomb site altogether. Had that smoke on Arch as well, making sure that no one from middle was going to get vision. So not bad in their own right with their utility usage. They are going to see Replan trying to do something with mid in the scope, but not going to happen this time.
Tries again to strafe across and see if he can land something in midair. Disappointing from his perspective, no one's home. And the Bang are creeping towards the finish line now. Just 4 rounds short. And 4 rounds also, the deficit between the 2 teams. There are plenty of nades still available in the hands of the Allies. Only the 1 in replan. Could be an issue, especially if they look to set play onto the B site. Quite forward positions have been maintained by Penta. Cinder's very close in the building, and Fancy's going to take Buckets down. Cinder's going to have to retaliate in kind with the MP40. He's going to get 1. 3 bullets remain, switches to a sidearm. Not going to be enough. Bomb gets picked up once again. Saint gets wrecked through the wall, though, but it may not end up mattering because Froster's fell on the site, so B is by and large open. Although Replant does have his nade. I think he's just tossed it in now towards the B site. But the Allies quick to react. Replant. There's 1. Sideswiped from Fancy. Will play no further part in this round. It's all on Iga. The guy that hasn't necessarily blown us away with skill. He's more of a support player. But there's 1. Off on the second frag. It's asking a hell of a lot from him, though. And there's a beautiful shot from Delita. 10-5.
Well played throughout by the Bang in that particular round, man. I mean, for one, it's Fancy continues for the second time in a row to catch the aggression over towards Market and A side, gives them the space for his team instead. And you can see the repercussions. Like, as soon as Replan tries to go for some type of retake with the scope from mid, yeah, he gets a kill, but there's someone immediately there to just trade him off. And so it's just kind of the Bang optimizing their man advantage, making sure they're trading efficiently. And the way they're taking duels in the B bomb site after they counter the A aggression has been real clean. I mean, they're fighting very well. Definitely the team play seems to be there, despite the fact that apparently the leader has really only just started playing with this team. Great repositioning from Replan, by the way. He looks for something different. Realized he wasn't really getting the duels he wanted at middle. Lays down in the B site, grabs a great kill. Iga chimes in as well. This is looking a lot better for Penta now.
Yeah, this is more like it. Seemed to be the only player to fall. Leader and J Money, I would say two of the standout players really for the Bang have gone by the wayside. And Puckis isn't done just yet. The jump shot on point. We've seen him play this position a bunch today. It's so incredibly strong because it allows you vision of B long, as long as you have someone watching your back. But now the replan's been plucked out, I think Puckis' position is even more important now. He's just seen the player jump across. Saint must have seen him because he's already preemptively aiming there and lands the headshot. That is disgusting, and Puckis will be feeling sick to his stomach.
You gotta wonder if maybe he needs to reposition. I mean, you've been sitting in that same spot the whole round. You already got a kill from there. It's just too easy, I feel like, to be read by Saint at that point. So I wonder if maybe he would have been better off trying something else. But now it's the 2v2, still 25 seconds left, still anyone's round at this point.
Trade out, though. 1v1. Saint versus Aga. He tried valiantly to clutch in the previous round. The extra few seconds and also the position that having that bomb dropped really cost him the round at the end there. And that's an important round at that because Penta trailing by 5 rounds up until that point, that would have been just too shy of picking up this first map. That's a really important round they just took for themselves.
I'm kind of curious why he was so focused on just grabbing cards, because I feel like in a 1v1 situation, when you're grabbing cards inside the site, I feel like you're just letting Iga know exactly where you are. Obviously, it makes noise in the world when you pick up cards, so that just gave Iga the tip on where he is. It would push the smoke at the kill. I mean, basically that his back was to Iga. I'm not really sure what the deal was there. Maybe he just thought he couldn't win, so he wanted to make sure he collected cards because he didn't have bomb possession. I mean, I don't know what that was about. It seemed really odd. Guess we'll just be left to speculate. But anyway, we're back into the next round. Still 5-on-5.
Got to keep in mind as well, Dustin, it's very late for some of these guys now. I mean, the Finnish guys in particular are 2 hours ahead of me, so you're looking at nearly 2 in the morning their time. They've been playing for the last 8 or 9 hours, so I think mental fatigue may also start to come into play for some of these guys, additionally.
Yeah, certainly.
It's been a marathon of games today, and here they stand, 10-6. 5 players alive on both sides, but Replan's going to take that equality and flush it down the toilet. He needs to relocate as the smoke is connected right on his head. Branching off the arch. Now Delita is peering towards mid. J Money going to throw a nade up and over. But he's going to get taken down by Replan, who is on form right now. This round has been all him, but he's missed one shot. That could cost him his life with the bar. But Saint's been completely baited out, and Replan lands the jumping no-scope, ending it in style. That being said, Delita isn't out of this just yet. And it is going to be Froster who lands the headshot. Surely this round is going to go the way of the Allies, though, because Froster's in no position to make this work. And Fancy just about gets the round done. That was ridiculous, though. I thought that was going the way of Penta.
Yeah, especially with all the work that Replan's doing with the scope inside of the B site. I mean, what more can he really do at that point? I feel like if you're Replan, you're just throwing your hands up in the sky after that round. Like, what more must I do here? Like, I'm hitting shots on people B main. You know, I'm hitting crazy jump shots on people inside the site. You know, I'm trying. I mean, I know he had a little bit of a slow start to the game, but he definitely put his work in that round and just didn't get to enjoy any fruits for his labor, really. Just always fighting back as somehow these guys over on the Allied side. As they are now just 2 away from locking up map number 1 in this grand finals. It is a best of 3. Loser does pick second map. Penta trying to get some forward positioning over here. Triple house as well as over towards B, but Flashy has already picked up Iga. That's 1 man for Penta down already.
Also important to mention, the Bang went through to the finals last Blitzkrieg back.
Yes.
So these guys have been consistent in their performances. Last time they lost to Ocelots in the final. So twice in a row. Not bad
also
at all.
Also a different lineup then. Worth noting the leaders an addition since then.
The leader's played very well, to be fair to him. With the sniper rifle more often than not. This one, he will have the Springfield once again. It's going to be a smoke towards the B arch from Flashy. Looks to pull back to help the rest of his teammates out. Now the nades are going to start to rain in. 35 seconds left. Puckets this time on the tank. And Froster is going to punish them. They don't check the angle. He's been there once or twice already. But I think due to the lack of time and the lack of information on the site, they couldn't really afford to look to the left. They wanted to look dead ahead. Fancy, though, is not going to let this round slip by just yet. There's still 3 allied players alive to the 2 of the Axis. And Delete has gone in for a kill. It's all on replan, but not for much longer as a ridiculous kill comes from Fancy, spraying his Colt almost like an SMG.
That's just a thing of timing. Like, Replan was trying to rotate through the back street to get to mid and just missed a player jumping an arch into the site. That could have made a world of difference there, but instead it's just, even with Froster with the effort with the shotgun, like, all these things are looking Penta's way. It's kind of the same story from the first half. They get control of a site, they look good, then things would crumble, and all the chaos of that round, it is the thing that come out on top. Now it's 12-6, very big lead for this team now. Just 1 round away from locking up map 1 here in the grand finals. Looks like we are going to see Fancy and company looking to push out long air and triple house very quickly, and so the focus has definitely shifted to the A side, and Fancy already has a kill at mid, so does Flashy. It's looking great to lock this one up.
Way more one-sided than I was expecting. It started very close. Since then, it's been all the way of the bank. Froster going to keep the dream alive a little while longer with a kill. The leader, that looked like it went straight through Puckis. I have no idea how he survived that one. He's been dropped down to 10 health. Flashy's peeking around the corner with the Garand. There's 2 players in triple building, which could really throw off Puckis. We may expect that to just be the one. J Money in the meanwhile is perched on top of the site. Cinder with 2 ridiculous shots with his car is going to bring this back in. And it's all on Flashy, who's still in triple building. Very nearly whiffed his opportunity. He's been spotted now, but there's 20 seconds left. And Puckis is going to be able to defuse this bomb behind it. It's going to have to come down to Flashy. He's going to have to push it. And it looks like this bomb is going to end up getting defused. No, he came off it. Instead, he's going to go for the fight. And in doing so, it's going to cost him the round and cost him the map.
My goodness. I think if he sticks it, he wins. I don't think
so too.
Because the way the bomb was planted and because he was, like, you know, second story of triple, there was really no way for him to get a shot off from up there. And he kind of delayed a little bit, thinking maybe it was a fake. I think maybe he pulls it off, or he would have been very close.
I feel like at that time, when you're down to about 10 seconds and it takes, what, 7.5 seconds to defuse, you just stick it, right? Like
You
just
have to. You don't have a
screw
choice,
this.
do you?
I've got to go big balls mode and just keep down defuse. Otherwise, you're going to lose the round anyway. I mean, take nothing away from Flashy. He played that well, but yeah, I agree with you. I think the full defuse was on. It was incredibly close.
Especially after Cinda did so much great work getting those Car 98 kills to even get his team back into that round in the first place. Again, it's just see